Good day everyone, welcome to a new video of Crypto Michael. Today is Altcoin Sunday, so we're going to discuss these mostly, and as you can see we're going to start off with Zilliqa and then some more altcoins. The title is already saying a few of them, and I truly believe that we are going to have some more fun with altcoins in the coming period, and I'll be describing that more on my YouTube channel in the coming days. So if you like the content and you want to stay tuned, please subscribe to the channel or like this video if you enjoy the content. As you know, every like is helpful for my YouTube videos to get it higher on the page. First of all, thank you for the 8,000 subscribers. It's growing relatively fast. So today we're going to discuss some altcoins that are interesting to trade and will be in the coming period. And the first one I'm going to share is Zilliqa. And not only because of the short-term view or the insane volume in this one, but generally because of the pace we are in right now and where we are standing with altcoins. Honestly, why did I want to bring up Zilliqa? Well, once they break, an altcoin or an asset breaks out of the accumulation range, you can expect a huge impulse wave. And in this case, we've witnessed one, as it was just about 700% move. And that's the first move. As if you use different charts for data, you can see that, for instance, Kyber network broke out of the exact same range already 8 months ago. So this one is leading further in the cycle, as it broke the range already, and that's why you get the whole DeFi momentum right now. They are just the first movers, which means that once they break out of the range, it's back in buy the dip territory. So you want to adjust your strategy to support buys rather than sticking into the bear bias you have been in for the past few years. And next to that, if you wanted to accumulate a position in these altcoins and these projects, you had a long time to accumulate them. Does that mean that you have to FOMO buy every green candle? No, obviously not. If something moves, you have to realize that the entry is in general gone. However, Kyber network is showing that once it breaks out of the range and it gains the 100-day and 200-day MA, it starts to move heavily, and you can easily trade this one through support resistance flips. As you can see, another heavy move from 2400 sats towards 10,000 sats. After that, a compression period in which the previous OB at 6,000 sats held, and we broke out heavily, which caused another 3 to 4x move. Another example is AV, which broke out of this accumulation range earlier in 2019 already, is one of the first movers. Since then you can see that there are easy structures to trade on this coin, and it's just hopping and moving further towards 2017 levels and beginning 2018 levels, which means altcoins are not dead and they are actually showing strength since the Bitcoin halving. So why did I want to share Zilliqa in this case is that, as we see that AV is already in the upper regions and probably reverses quite soon with the cycle, it's assuming that this period over here where AV breaks out of this range is where Zilliqa is currently, as you can see. The longer such a range is, the more impulsive and strength there is in the actual move upwards, and you can actually say that you can also see it on other assets which are not altcoins, but altcoins give the general perspective. You can see here that advanced micro devices has been ranging for a long time. Over here we see this range structure broke above the 100-day and 200-day MA on the weekly, and since then it performed a 50x in just 3 or 4 years. So once it breaks out of such an accumulation range, over here you can see the exact same structure occur. It is a new impulse wave. Second thing I want to add on AMD is that this is the .com bubble, this is the credit crisis or the beginning of it, and this is probably the new everything bubble we are in. So this is another signal that I'm getting quite confident that this one will retrace significantly lower from here. as it's just a similar structure as we have seen previously. But what I wanted to say is that Zilliqa has two notions you can trade it on. And first of all, if we zoom out on the Bittrex chart or use the Bittrex chart, there's not much data as you can see. But what you want to see is a similar structure as K and C. So before we get towards the zoomed in figure, you want to see a structure like this. And then you get the compression you want to see, and this compression probably confluent with the 0618 level, which is also similar to the level we can see here, which is an OB from earlier. You want to see it hold above 145, 150, and then you want to see the Bollinger Band squeeze, and additionally you want to see the 100-day and 200-day MA come up. Once this holds, or you get such a structure, you know based on the daily time frame that you can get an entry, and you get some levels where you can actually accumulate this stack. So for instance, everything between 120 to 180 should be accumulation based on this theory and based on this TA. What can be defined as the next target zones? Well, therefore we can actually use the Binance chart to see where the resistance levels are lying, and in this case we can see that the main resistance level is probably the first one around 1618, which is 500 sets, and the second one is at 660 sets, and probably then we can even start moving further, but then we are talking about 6 to 7 months from now, which is 1400 sets, comparable to heavy. So that should be a strategy on a long-term perspectives on this one. If you want to trade this on a short-term notion, you know that I've been sharing it. You see that this previous OB is flipped as support, and now you want to see the exact same occur with the previous resistance zone, which means that you don't want to see it drop below 192, 196. If we hold here and compress, it's likable that after a few touches of the 213 level, we start increasing upwards from here, and then we see that there is a resistance level at 233, and we see a level here around the 260 zone, which should be the high for the now a little bit, and then we start reversing again. So in between levels you can actually start trading this one heavily. Which of the coins is also interesting to chart and to probably trade is a Fantom. We don't go in depth on all the altcoins, but you can see that Fantom actually broke up due to fundamentals, is above the 100-day and 200-day MA here as well. Given the previous PA, we can see that there's historical levels at 104, 90 sets, and there's a level around 74 sets. It's not likely that we're going to hit this one, but if we zoom in, we can see that we have got a significant OB over here on the 4 hour. Which means that based on this, you would want to see some corrective notion. You want to see the exact same as what I just described on Zilliqa on the higher time frames. And once we get that, and the best entry is 93 sets, you can actually start targeting 133 to 131, which is this zone here. You can target that as a potential trade, which is around 50%, and from there you can actually start looking for maybe a new high, and the new high should be around 177 sets. So if something moves heavily inside this structure, everything is just scalp trading. Based on the 4 hour, you're looking for previous levels for supports, and in this case this whole green zone should be an accumulation range. If we lose this low, the next level is described around 70 sets to 67, 64 sets. But overall the structure on altcoins is starting to increase. If we get towards Digibyte, we know that we've been charting this one and it moved heavily already. Previous levels are tested, which means that we get compression here. There's also a decrease in volume coming up, which is showing that there's a big move starting to occur after this compression period is ending. What you want to see hold is that we hold the area here around 200 sets. If we do, and we start to break out of this triangle structure, the next target zone is 362. If we lose this triangle structure, then likable that we're going to test the 135 level, maybe even 115 level. So this is something I'm eyeing as well. Another one that I'm eyeing is the ontology, as there is some news coming in, and it's just showing the exact same structure as Cedar has been doing before the big surge. In this case, you see that my TA, the previous resistance did not hold, but if you know from the TA I've been posting, you don't want to see it miss or lose this OB. And actually what we do here is that we hold, so we want to see a compression here, and then the break above the 200-day MA will most likely bring us towards the resistance zone around 800 sets. And then we get a new flip of 700, and then most likely ready towards 1100 sets, which could bring us towards the February high and most likely to the level where VeChain and Cardano are already, which is $165. Then you have this the notion that I've stated Cedar, which is a similar structure here. Cedar is currently flipping the 200-day MA for the first time since the listing, and it's tapping into the resistance zone. Likeable if we hold above 40 sets, that we are going to break further to 171, and then we are going to follow Elrond actually. So this is also one that I'm watching, similar to Harmony. And then finally, on a smaller exchange, which is KuCoin, I'm actually watching Ergo, which is currently sitting in between the 100-day and 200-day MA. Once it breaks above, the sky is the limit. So that's a short notice on 6 coins that I'm actually watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you can use it for your own TA. If you like the video, please like beneath, subscribe to the channel or follow me on Twitter. And I'll be back tomorrow with a new video on Bitcoin. Thank you.